around with me. Give me that knife.
Have you ever seen a knife fight?
Yeah, I have.
In the movies?
My backyard. On my stoop. Vacant lot across the street. Many of them. Switch knives, they came with the neighborhood where I lived. By that I didn't think of it before, but I guess I try to forget those things. Now, anyone who's ever used a switch knife would never have stabbed downward. You don't handle a switch knife that way. You use it underhand.
Then he couldn't have made the kind of wound that killed his father.
I suppose it's conceivable that he could have made the wound, but it's not likely. Not if the kid had any experience with switch knives. And we all know that the kid had plenty of experience with switch knives.
I don't buy it.
Neither do I. That's a lot of nonsense.
What do you think?
I don't know.
What about you?
I told you already, we're wasting our time. Get nowhere fast, take it into the judge. Come on.
Before we decide anything more, I'd like to try to pull this together.
Oh, this should be good.
He's right.
Do you want me to time this too? All right, let's hear him.
Well, I've been in advertising my whole life. I'm used to having the big shots pull things together. Let's chip up a few shots and see if any of them happen to land in the green.
I want you all to look at this logically and consistently.
We have guilty.
I want to know, is the kid smart or is the kid dumb?
What do you mean?
This is a kid who has gone to the reform school for knife fighting. The night of the murder, he bought a knife, a switch knife. Who would then take a very stupid kid to go and murder a man, his father, with an instrument that everyone would associate with the kid.
No, I quite agree. He's dumb.
However, if he were dumb, then why did he make the kind of wound that an inexperienced man would make with a knife?
I'm not sure I understand.
To murder someone must take a great emotion, great hatred. And at that moment, he would handle the knife as best as he could. And a trained knife fighter would handle it as he had been trained, underhand. A man who had not been trained would go overhand. But the kid is being very smart. The kid is smart enough at that moment to make the kind of wound that an amateur would make. That man is a smart man. Smart enough to wipe the fingerprints away, perhaps even smart enough to wait until an L train was going by in order to cover the noise. Now, is the kid smart, or is he dumb?
Well, the woman across the L track saw the murder through a passing L train. Does this not mean that someone else could have also seen the murder through the L train?
Possibility, but no one did that we know of.
It would take an awfully dumb man to commit murder as an L train was going by in that case.
Exactly! A dumb man. A very stupid man. A man swept by emotion. Probably he heard nothing. He probably didn't even hear the train coming. And whoever did murder the father did it as well as he could.
So?
The kid is dumb enough to do everything to associate himself with the switch knife. A switch knife murder. Then a moment after the murder, he becomes smart. The kid is smart enough at that moment to make the kind of wound that would lead us to suspect someone else. And yet at the same instant, he is dumb enough to do the killing as an L train is going by. Then a moment later, he becomes smart again and even wipes away fingerprints. To make this boy guilty, you have to say that he is dumb from about 8 o'clock until about midnight. Then at midnight, he becomes smart for 1 second, then dumb for a few seconds, and then smart again, and then once again he becomes stupid. So stupid that he does not think of a good alibi. Now, is the kid smart or is he dumb? To say that he is guilty, you have to toss his intelligence like a pancake. There is doubt, doubt, doubt!
I hadn't thought of that.
And the old man downstairs, on the stand, he swore it was 15 seconds. He insisted on 15 seconds. And yet we all agree it must have been almost 40 seconds.
Does the old man lie half the time and then tell the truth the other half?
For the kid to be guilty, he must be stupid, then smart, then stupid, then smart, and so on. And for the kid to be guilty, the old man downstairs must be a liar half the time, and the other half the time, he must tell the truth. You can reasonably doubt.
Well, I'm sold on reasonable doubt.
I think I am too.
I wanted more talk, and I've had it.
I want another vote.
All right, another vote's been called, and I think the fastest way to do this would be a show of hands. All those voting for not guilty. 8, 9. All right, guilty. The vote's 9-3 in favor of acquittal.
I don't understand any of you people. How can you believe this kid is innocent? Look, you know how those people lie. I don't have to tell you. They don't know what the truth is, and let me tell you, they don't need any real big reason to kill someone either. They get drunk and in bed. Someone's lying in the gutter. Nobody's landing on the shot. They are. You know what I mean? Violence. Human life don't mean as much to them as it does to us. Look, they're fighting and drinking, and so somebody gets killed, so somebody gets killed. They don't care. Oh, sure, look, there are a few good things about them, too. Look, I'm the first to say that, but most of them, that they have no feelings. They can do anything. Hey, where are you going? I'm speaking my piece to you. Listen to me, they're no good. Not one of them is any good. We better watch out. Take it from me. This kid on trial, well, don't you know about them? Listen to me. What are you doing? I'm speaking my piece.
I've had about enough of you. If you open your mouth again, I'm going to split your skull.
I'm only trying to tell you something.
All right. Sit down, everybody. I still believe that the boy is guilty of murder. To me, the most damning evidence was the testimony given by the woman across the street who claimed she actually saw the murder committed.
Well, that's right. As far as I'm concerned, that's the most important testimony.
All right, let's go over her testimony. What exactly did she say?
I believe I can recount it accurately. She said that she went to bed at about 11 o'clock that night. Her bed lies next to the open window. When lying down, she can see directly into the window across the street. She tossed and turned for over an hour, unable to fall asleep. Then finally, at 12:10, she looked out the window and she saw the boy stab his father. As far as I can see, this is unshakable testimony.
That's what I mean, that's the whole case.
Frankly, in view of all this, I don't see how any of you can vote for acquittal. What do you think?
Well, maybe, but there's just so much evidence.
What do you mean, maybe? You're absolutely right. You can throw out all the other evidence.
That was my thought. I don't deny the validity of the points that he has made. Shall we say that on one side of the tracks there is doubt? But what can you say about the story of the woman? She saw it.
What time is it?
About 10 minutes of 6.
You don't think they'd let us go home and finish this in the morning? I got killed with a fever. Not a chance.
Can't you see the clock without your glasses?
Not clearly.
Oh.
Glasses are a nuisance, aren't they?
Well, what do you want to when you wake up at night? You want to know what time it is.
I put my glasses on and look at the clock.
I just lie in bed and wait for the clock to chime.
Do you wear your glasses to bed?
Of course not. No one wears glasses to bed.
The woman who testified that she saw the killing, she wears glasses. What about her?
Did she wear glasses?
That's right, bifocals. I remember this very clearly.
Yes.
They look pretty strong.
Yes, bifocals. She never took them off.
Funny, I never thought of that.
I think it's logical to say that she wasn't wearing them in bed, and I don't think she put them on to glance casually out the window. She testified that the killing took place the instant she looked out, and that the lights went out a split second later. She couldn't have had time to put on her glasses then. Now, perhaps she honestly thought she saw the boy kill his father. I say she only saw a blur.
Well, how do you know what she saw? Maybe she's farsighted. How does he know all these things?
Does anyone here still think that there is not a reasonable doubt?
I'll always wonder, but there's a doubt.
No, I think he's guilty.
Does anyone else?
No, I'm convinced. There is a reasonable doubt.
You're alone.
11 votes not guilty, 1 guilty.
No, I don't care whether I'm alone or not. I have a right.
Yes, you have a right.
I told you. I think the kid's guilty. What else do you want?
Your arguments.
I gave you my arguments.
We're not convinced. We're waiting to hear them again. We have time.
What's the matter with you? You're the guy. You made all the arguments. You can't turn now. A guilty man's gonna be released on the streets, a murderer. He's got to die. Stay with me.
I'm sorry. I'm convinced. I don't think I'm wrong often, but I guess I was this once. There is a reasonable doubt.
We're waiting.
You know, you're not going to intimidate me. I'm entitled to my opinion. It's gonna be a hung jury. That's it.
Nothing we can do about that except hope some night, why, maybe in a few months, you might get some sleep.
You're all alone.
Takes a great deal of courage to stand alone.
If it is a hung jury, there will be another trial, and some of us will point these things out to the various lawyers.
All right.
They're waiting. Not guilty.
Not guilty.